What's up everyone, RyFX here. Today I want to show you something pretty cool that not many people know about. Most people know about the Elgatos and the Avermedia video capture cards or game capture cards, whichever you want to call it. Those are the most popular ones. But all those are pretty much external devices that are meant to really hook up to maybe a portable laptop or something like that. And the only internal cards I've ever seen were the Live Gamer, Aver Live Gamer or whatever, which only goes to like 720p and 30 frames per second. Maybe it could go into 60 frames per second, but it's limited to 720p. And then with the Elgatos, you have a huge delay since it's going through USB 2.0. And then there's another Avermedia device, external, which is a USB 3 based device, and that one has no latency, but of course there's some issues with it that I've read about, and I just never seen something like with the complete package of just having no latency, 1080p, 60 frames per second, and internal, all just in one. Because I'm mostly a desktop user. I don't really use laptops, and I have this nice computer here, just pretty much made for all this capturing and all this stuff. So what the card looks like, it's pretty much that ugly card with the pins kind of sticking out of it. It's not the one at the bottom with the blue light there, but the one on top. And of course not that MSI one. That's a video card for that's my GPU. That's something else. But it's that ugly one. It's not pretty. It's a PCI let's see, it's a ×1 2.0 card, and it has it runs off a DVI port, so you could see my HDMI and then go into a HDMI converter. So yeah, you have to buy a DVI to HDMI converter to have this work, and as well as it has the ability to capture component and composite video as well as S-video. So you could capture retro games on this, retro systems, and you could use those too. So it's really capturing the old Elgato and then the new Elgato, because if you know in the HD60s you can't use the retro systems at all with the new Elgato. So you kind of have to have both Elgatos in order to get like the best of both worlds. But this one just has everything. This device doesn't really have it has a weird name to it. I'm not sure. I guess they're just kind of testing it for certain consumers who are really wanting to get into it. For just having no latency and everything. They just want the perfect package now instead of waiting for Elgato to release something. So I'm sure they'll probably release Avermedia and Elgato probably release theirs, but it'll probably be based off of this architecture and everything if they ever do. So I just kind of went for it. So let me go up here, and you can see what it's called. I'm gonna just stay on my camera instead of going into OBS and stuff, because I want to show you some real-time things, so then you could believe me on what's going on here. So this is what it's called. It's called the Yun SC512N1L DVI single channel DVI capture card. Yeah, I have no idea what those numbers mean other than DVI and single channel and capture card. That's pretty much all I understand out of that. But yeah, it's just that card there. They also sell a dual channel, or well, it's not a dual channel, but it has a passive mode where you could have the channel feeding out, so you could have it HDMI out and then it HDMI in. So if you want to feed it back into your TV or whatever, you could do that. But that has a daughter board to it. If you remember those pins that it had on it, that's where the daughter board sits. But of course that's going to increase the price to $300. I forgot. I think it's called like the same model number, I believe. But it has a daughter board to it. But that costs like $300. I highly recommend you just get like a HDMI splitter and do it that way. It'll be a lot cheaper to me, or I mean for you. But yeah, that's how I have it set up. So let me show you what came in the packaging. Like, it's just a real odd, just blank box. It just kind of says, and you can't see that, but it just has, yeah, has a model number there, and then all you get is just this weird packaging. It's very strange. Yeah, you have your static bag, and then you have your connectors for composite. Let me show you down here. Fortunately it's dark, but yeah, you have your composite input. Actually, that's component, pardon me. So you could capture maybe like PS3, or if you have like a retro or Wii that has a component out, you could use this for that. Or maybe if you want to do like an old video camera or something, as well as composite. So you could get your NES or Super NES, Sega Genesis, whatever, through this, as well as S-Video on it. And it has this weird connector. It looks almost like S-Video, but it's not. It's a slightly different connector. They look almost the same. So yeah, I apologize for it being dark. I just don't have time to do this in the day. So I guess let me show you how this works. I have my controllers here. I have an HDMI switcher that I can switch between these three consoles. I don't have a PS4 at the moment, so just take a look at these, and I can show you how this works. So let's go back up here so I can show you this real time. Let me pull up OBS, and then I have it already connected. Oh, let me show you the drivers real quick. Let's go to properties, and it's very simple. It's very simple drivers, and this is pretty much what comes up. Getting closer for you. And you have a setting for high motion, PS2, Xbox. It's pretty much set up so you could capture your games. And then you have low motion for like TV, VCD, DVD, whatever. Then you have Weave, None, and then Bob, Fast. And then you could set up your different video inputs. And you have all kinds of different settings. It's very simplistic, and how it's set. You could set it up, and you could have your video standard. I'm located in America, so I'll be using NTSC-M. So, but you could use PAL and all those that you see there, and then you could adjust the brightness and sharpness and blah blah blah. And then I have I think it's a 50-foot HDMI cord going all the way from my consoles to my computer. So I just have it 15 to 20 meter, just to make sure it's, you know, nice and there's no signal quality loss or anything like that. I suppose that's what it's talking about. So yeah, very simple little interface there. Get out of that. Now I'll show you what's actually going on. I think I have it to my Xbox One right now. And then now I have it on Destiny.
Severity 2.
And there's no latency to it. You can see that. I'm doing my movements, doing my points. Let me see if... Let me put it in full screen mode. So you could play right off your computer with this. It's really, really neat. Doing some jumps. Doing some points. And it's very smooth. You can see my mouse right there. And then I have my little watermark that I put on for all my videos. And it looks fantastic. This is 1080p. Well, the game runs at 30 frames per second, but you could put it at 60, which I'll show you with Bayonetta. And then I'll put on Sonic Generations for high motion.
Is this another of Cade's games?
So you could play this right on your computer with your stream going as well. So say you just have one monitor, you just can't get another one. You just don't have the room or can't afford one, whatever it may be. You could just set up your stream just to put on your computer. Real simple. Like I have my webcam there. The webcam I'm using is, you know, what I'm using to video this now, so I can't really show you my webcam actually working. But you know, right there you could have your webcam, and then you have your watermark, and then you have the game, and you could play right there. And so if anything goes wrong with your recording or streaming, you'll know firsthand if something goes wrong. So, which is really cool. So I'll get out of Destiny, get out my
Search Osiris and Oryx.
what I'm gonna do now is just show you that
it's not just barking, you know.
what it looks like on the regular TV as well as on the computer. So let me turn this on. Show you this is going 1 for 1. There is like no let's see, it's pulling the signal onto my other TV, so yeah, there it goes. So it's pretty much 1 for 1. You should probably be hearing the sound from the TV. Sounds like an echo almost. It's pretty much 1 for 1. It might be maybe a quarter of a millisecond off, maybe, but it's not much. So go to full screen here, and then go boom. Probably hear them.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
Boom. Sometimes it kind of has to be reset. So
There's more to it.
yeah, there it goes.
Something brought them together.
Sometimes that happens. That's just, hey, it's working. There's always going to be a slight problem.
Can't trust anyone.
See, that's 1 for 1 for sure. I'm sure you heard coming from the TV as well as my monitor. So, show you moving over there, my TV. So I'm sure like some of y'all are wondering, well, I have a TV on my on the other side of my room, just like you, or you have a TV right next to your desk. I'm sure you're thinking something. So let me show you this.
Don't be a fool. That's what
I can have multiple monitors. I could use my TV as a monitor. So all I gotta do is move this, whoops, over
I have it. It's worse than
here. And then now I can play on my 32-inch TV. Oh yeah. See, that's awesome. So since we're doing that,
Prepare to feed. Cosmic.
which it's not coming out of speakers now, I would have to set up my capture card, video card, GPU to push it out through the speakers on my TV. And I'll show you that this is indeed working on here, 1 for 1.
You need to get a hold of this.
So yeah, let me switch consoles. Let's go to something. Let's go to Bayonetta. If I could get it to switch. Yeah. Sweet. And doesn't that look familiar? Let's get started. Jump, jump. Is that not 1 for 1? Let's play a little bit. Probably gonna lose like this. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Working just fine. Ta-da. Alright, enough of that. Let's move to 360. Bring that out. That controller. And I'm just switching between consoles. Don't have to go through Elgato software or Avermedia software and change stuff. Just push it out as I go. Sonic's there waiting. Now let's go to play stage. And the reason I'm showing this is for the fast motion. So, because a lot of times capture cards and stuff, they like to lag. Whoops. I'm trying to look through the camera here and I have no idea where I'm going. And that looks awesome, doesn't it? I'll have some gameplay videos all over the place in my channel soon. Yeah, I'm trying my best not to die here. Well, trying to look impressive, but I just can't do it. Not the way I'm set up right now. Oops. Press pause. Doing absolutely terrible. Yeah. Oops. Completely missed that. Oh. Yeah. So that is the best capture card in the world, at least to me. No latency, 1080p, 60 frames per second, internal capture card, no going through USB cables or anything like that, and you can play retro consoles on it. Unfortunately, I don't have any retro consoles around. 360 is about as old as I get at the moment. There are other people on YouTube that have this card that are playing with retro consoles, and they say it's pretty amazing on what it captures for retro consoles. So you're basically getting two Elgatos in one when it comes to that. So I have nothing else to say. If that's not the best capture card, I don't know what is. So yeah, I highly recommend this to you guys. It's 200 bucks. If you want the daughter board pass-through one with the HDMI out, that's 300. But I highly recommend just getting a HDMI switcher for that. So yeah, I highly recommend you check it out, guys. So thank you all for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye bye.
If you enjoyed that video, please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You have 5 seconds to comply. 4, 3, 2, 1.